Hello everybody and welcome to episode 41 of Let's Play SimCity 4. I'm here today with a special guest.
Hello, this is KingofdaHipHop and I'm happy to be here with Canoe86. This is I was glad to do a live dual commentary. Keep getting them mixed up.
Yes. So today we're going to revisit the city of Ironton. I don't know if any of you here have watched King of the Hip Hop's newest LP. He's begun SimCity 4 as well, and he's made a city called New Ironton. So.
And it was supposed to portray how you essentially planned your Ironton and see where I could go in the future, because I knew at the time that you would continue to play on for 40 years like I have, because I'm already 40 years in and it's pretty developed.
Yeah, and I think this is only about 10 years or so in. I mean, we'll find out in a second or two, but what we're going to try to do is take this city, which is mostly, industrial city. I mean, this area here is kind of wealthy, but everything else is pretty industrial now. Okay, 18 years we've been in, or we've been going with the city. Blah, blah, blah. Neighbor power sale threatens supply. Well, we'll worry about all this when... Intern. Oh, you guys. You are complainers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
You can't shut the Sims up.
Wow, I've never had that many pop up at the beginning.
You must have been gone for quite a while.
It's like, where the hell are you, Mr. Mayor?
Maybe because you enacted a bunch of power deals with your neighbors. You might want to check
Yeah.
your power situation.
That's
I'd
the first thing we're
recommend
going to do.
enacting an ordinance right now.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we're over capacity. So we're going to go to ordinance mode.
Do you have enough money for it?
We'll make enough money. We'll make it work. All right.
That's the attitude.
Exactly.
The attitude to have. Although you are really low on money, like I was at one point.
Yeah, we're going to have to make some deals here. All right. Power Conservation Act.
That's the one.
Oh, it's only 19 a month, so that's going to be easy. All right, so I found...
It does reduce it quite a bit, actually.
That's good. So I found some ways to reduce our budget, because there's a lot of waste when it comes to schools and hospitals. For example, let's first visit this elementary school. It has 51 students, but a capacity of 125. So we're gonna reduce its funding a little bit, not all the way to 51, but to about 74. No, 80,
Yeah.
89, so to give it a little room to grow.
It is important to to micromanage those things, because you really need to be considering. I don't know where I was going to with that thought. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to
Really consider your budget. All right, now I'm going to visit this little clinic. Okay, it has a patient capacity of 125, but only 29 patients, so we're going to reduce its funding. Yeah, you get a lot of a lot of waste with that. And now we have a big hospital over here, and I'm pretty sure that this is eating up a lot of our money.
I don't think you even need it, because when it comes to hospitals, they really only need to cover the residential demographic, and it's but the hospital does really cover the entire city, which is always good. So if you're expanding in the future, you're gonna.
Yeah, since this is only a small city, the hospital covers essentially the entire thing. So okay, we've reduced money on that, or reduced spending on that. All right, close this window.
Reduce spending on fire department, police department, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
I'd go
although
with
I'm
the budget for that.
usually those aren't as bad. Usually the police and fire don't take up as much as health and education. But yeah,
That's true.
we can probably stand to reduce their funding a little bit. I mean, they won't be able to. Oops, we don't want to reduce it too much, because you're gonna get these less badges here. These less badges. That's not correct English. Oh well. Okay.
Correct English if you want it to be.
Yeah, so we can speak the way... Whatever I say is correct English. That's what I'm trying to say. All right,
Yeah, that's the way it's always going to be. We can make up words, and if you look them up in the dictionary, they're gonna be there.
Exactly. That's how it works. We're gonna fast forward time a little bit here to see how these take effect with our budget. Okay, we still are running a deficit. So, one other thing I've realized that eats up a lot of money is if you have excess water pumps. So
That is true. The
I'm
difference between the amount of water you needed. Wow, that's a funky graph.
yeah, it's a very funky graph. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened. There was some sort of catastrophe a few months ago. But we have 40,000 and we're using 25.
So you may
So
want to destroy a pump of 20,000. Actually.
yeah,
no,
so we're
half.
at exactly 5/8 of capacity. So we're going to take a look at where our pumps are.
And each pump has 20,000, if I remember correctly. So.
All right, we have 2 pumps here.
Destroying a pump if you destroy a pump, that's not gonna really.
Yeah, we can't really destroy one because we need 25, and we're going to spend anyway, so we'll let that be.
Gosh darn it.
Oh well. Power. How many power plants do I have? I have a crap ton of power plants here. What the heck?
You do? I don't remember you having any. I don't remember you having like one oil.
And they're all being used too, for that matter. I don't know what the deal is. All right. Let's see.
Maybe someone sneaked onto your computer when you weren't looking and just expanded away with. I don't.
Could
remember
happen.
These power plants though.
All
remember,
right.
I think
This
they're
waste energy plant. Actual capacity, power used.
This is strange.
All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm selling power to somebody. Yeah, I have 4 power plants. Wait, no, that's not a power plant.
Does it automatically make power plants? Because that sounds a little silly.
No, I'm sure I built them all at one point. I don't remember building them all. I'm sure if we go back into episode like.
Maybe in that one episode where you were a little buzzed, you decided to build
Yeah.
these power plants.
That'd be funny, except that I never actually came to Ironton during that episode. I stayed in Gleetville. It's kind of ironic because that area of Gleetville I built when I was buzzed is now one of the most wealthy areas of like the entire region. But okay, we have natural gas, waste energy, and oil. Somehow I think that might be a hindrance to us. But we're gonna look at neighborhood deals. Actually, we're making a crap ton of money by selling power to New Babylon. And New Babylon, they're running a... And, you know what, we could probably import some garbage. We actually are importing garbage from Gleetville, Lichting, whatever, and Vista. We're importing garbage from all 3 of those places. Hey, let's import garbage from New Babylon. Let's import a crap ton of garbage from New Babylon.
Make sure you have the landfill for it.
We'll be the big garbage importers. Well, we have 2 waste energy plants. Yeah, we have 2 whole plants, so there we go. That will provide...
I love how you were saying before we were doing this video, you were saying how you wanted to make this a much nicer place to live. So increasing the amount of garbage.
Yeah, so we're going to just import a whole bunch of garbage, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Oil is dirty as all hell, but the thing is, it's cheap. So I'm thinking I might demolish the natural gas plant and the oil plant to build coal. What do you think?
Well, I know that oil produces more energy than the coal and the.
We'll just have one ugly corner of the city, I guess.
Yeah, I still need to clean up that corner in my city.
All right.
I don't know how to access the other power plants yet, but I will find them.
Yeah, you should earn them. Yeah, hunt them down. Well, you'll earn them eventually. All right, here we go. We'll blow up all this stuff. People who work there, that's too bad. They're just going to have to, get other jobs. Maybe they'll collect unemployment for a while. All right. Build those power plants. It's not our concern what those people do. All right, natural gas. Kaboom. Goodbye.
I wonder what the people in the city are thinking now. You're destroying all the power plants and then building a whole bunch of new ones.
Yeah.
It must be kind of a weird day for them.
Yeah, it's not every day that happens. All right, let's speed up time here. Let's go to our power screen. Aha, our capacity has gone up.
So maybe you want to tune down some of the funding for the power plants, the new ones at least. Just the thoughts. Because you're right. Right now you're at 8,000 simoleons.
Okay, we're running a slight deficit. It's really slight. It's 6.2 we're taking in and 6.4 we're putting out. So it's not, as bad as it was.
I kind of hate when it happens though.
All right, let's see.
You're $100 away.
I wonder we could probably tune down the let's see. Yeah, we can tune down the power, not much, but we'll take it from 25 to 20.
2,000 exactly.
Exactly 2,000. Yep. And like we saw before, we can afford to tune down our water a little bit. There. All right, we're running a surplus now. Not a big one, but a small one. All right. Anyway, let's take a look at our pollution because I fear that we've really yeah. See that cloud of pollution?
It's interesting because a lot of my that's really bad. But a lot of
I know.
A lot of my pollution in most of my cities are, there's a little bit of like some yellow where I have my industrial zones, but I have like these weird lines of pollution where I have
roads,
overcrowded avenues where I can't like do anything about them. It looks ridiculous on the map because it just looks like a road layout in pollution.
Yeah.
So it's kind of strange.
Ropes of pollution. That would make a good band name. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I'm not sure why I said that.
Ropes of pollution.
All right, I'm going to.
That should be your new music channel.
Yeah, my new music channel will be called Ropes of Pollution. That's a good name for a metal band. Like, it's Ropes of Pollution. Yeah. Anyway, I've zoned some new residential. Actually, it'd be a good idea to put on the time. Turn on the time.
I'm fascinated by how many red bulletins you have at the bottom of your screen. It's ridiculous.
I know, everyone's people aren't too happy with this place. But you know what? We're gonna build more residential, so more people will be paying taxes.
It has a good mayor rating. That's good enough. All you need to be is popular with the people.
Yeah, so they're they might be like, hey man, we have no jobs, we have no future, our city's covered in pollution, but you know what? Our mayor is freaking awesome, so we're happy.
How can you not like vote for me as a mayor?
Yes, I'd be a really awesome mayor. Maybe I should run for mayor in real life and use this as my, resume. It's like,
become the mayor of Philly or something.
Yeah, I'll be the mayor of Philly.
I don't see a bright future for it though.
Yeah, you never know. I could run for mayor there and be like, well, what's your experience, man, cities? Well, I am really good at SimCity. Does that count? And they're gonna be like, well, you're better than the last.
You'd have to show them some of your videos to convince them. Because if you show them your videos, you're sure to convince them.
Exactly, because how can they say no to all these beautiful cities? All right, we're just gonna fill in these empty cracks with some residential.
Speaking of beautiful cities, because every time you try to get the land value up, you always place those open grass areas. And
I like to do that, yeah.
Yeah, when you make those lines, it kind of just like every time you place one, it just like it just pokes at me, and it's like, oh, that's not a good thing to do, but I can't control that.
Oh, why? Because
I think you put
it
too
takes.
many. I think you put too many because you don't need that many parks actually to raise the desirability of a certain place. You only need like one or two parks.
Well, on the one hand, you're right, but on the other hand, it doesn't cost that much money, and it's also pretty. It's pretty is a criteria I use a lot in my work here.
Yeah, the thing is, you just seem to use. It seems like you have 200 of those in every city or something.
I do have about 200 in every city.
And it's just that most of my budgets are so like close to being like off balance. The expenses and income are the same. I don't like taking those kinds of risks. Of course, in the Craneville in my SimCity Let's Play. I
Mm-hmm.
have a ridiculous amount of parks, medium parks, and all that stuff.
Uh-huh. Well, we're in a pretty good...
It paid off.
I'm going to fast forward things now, because we're going to see... Well, I think we started out at like something around 3,000 population, and now we're getting close to 5,000.
You have... I still find it amazing that you were at 3,000, because I think in my new Ironton, I have about 37,000 around there.
Yeah.
So you see where your future's going if you continue to play this game for like 100 million episodes.
Yeah. The one.
You always seem to choose endless games or LPs.
Yeah, I do that for some reason. I mean, most people have played, dozens of games on their LP channels. I have over 500 videos. You know how many games I've done? 4. I've done 4 games, and I've created. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to increase funding for water. Bad bugs riddle section of city. Illness and fever are... Uh-oh, we're having illness and fever somewhere. That's not good.
That sucks.
Oh well, you know what I say, just drink some water, walk it off, you'll be fine. That's my health plan for my citizens.
They all died. There's no listener. Like.
Oh well, there's always going to be more people who want to move into our city. After all, we have tons of traffic. Yeah,
There's an infinite number of people in SimCity.
I don't see why it's saying that. I mean, we have this big hospital that's covering the whole city, so these guys are just complaining about nothing. I paid them no heed.
I don't know. It's I've noticed that too. Like when you have in one of my cities, the schools and the health, they're all funded well, and the budget's balanced, and they cover the area. But they don't have like a very high education and high health. It's kind of weird.
What we're going to do is raise the
Okay.
amount of money we're going to spend on these pumps, because
Sounds like a plan.
there we go.
It's good that you have to raise the money on pumps and not on the power, because that'd be too expensive.
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
yeah, we're getting some water on the edge here. We're getting tons of money from our neighborhood deals.
yeah. I don't remember you making any neighborhood deals. It's a funny thing. Did you ever do that? Did you do that like in your New Babylon episodes? I don't remember that.
I might have. I think a lot of the other deals were made in other places besides New Ironton. Alright. Well, I think we're getting on towards the end of this episode, but before we do that, let's just take a look at our charts here. Now, we don't want a big high school right now. Maybe later.
Probably not later because they're so expensive to upkeep.
Oh, yeah. We don't have a big enough city. Well, we're still primarily an industrial city. It's going to take several more episodes before this becomes anything but how much... Yeah, we have about 600 or 700 people in our city in R2. Well, residential wealth level 2. And more than 4,500 people in wealth level 1. So this is going to be a work in progress, of course.
Yeah, most of my Sims in my Sim Nation are medium wealth to high wealth, so that's good. It just takes time.
Yeah, at least we've seen it in Gleetville. Maybe we'll get there here too. So let's take a look at some of the other maps. Traffic. There's just a little bit of a backup over here. Generally, traffic's good. Let's take a look at our pollution. Where the heck is pollution? There we go. Yeah, it's basically one big smog.
It's okay though. At least there's some parts, and I can see some roads that are actually having some pollution. Can you see those? Like the lines. The ropes
Yeah.
of pollution is.
The ropes of
that's what we're
pollution.
calling it.
But yeah, at least this section of the city over here is like the wealthy section. But
Yeah, for like 20 people.
yeah, 20 people live in there. Everyone else lives in here. But hey, let's look at the mayor rating. That's the important thing. Oh, these people aren't too happy with me. They're getting towards the red. Oh well.
I don't. Why would they be happy with you? I mean.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be happy with me? They have everything they need in life. Yeah, probably at some point I am going to have to demolish those coal plants and build something else, because maybe that wasn't a good idea. But that's okay.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh well, you live and you learn, right?
Well, I guess in the real world, you'd be marked as a decent mayor.
Yeah, I'm an okay mayor. I mean, I can live with being an okay mayor, at least for now. The people in the other cities love me though, so that's something. Well, anyway, I think that's about the end of this episode. So, want to thank everyone for watching, and thank you, King of the Hip Hop, for joining me on this episode.
No, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, and for those of you watching this, if you haven't checked out the first episode of King of the Hip Hop's LP, his SimCity 4 LP, that's recommended to you. I'll even put a link to it or something.
I also have other stuff. I got Sims 2, which will be... I'm planning to do a new episode soon, and I've also got Sim 3 coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Okay, yeah. So make sure to check his channel out, and I will be bringing you more SimCity stuff very soon. So, goodbye, everybody.